Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode, Gifted Since 92, giving you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by yours truly. I'm here. I'm going to talk about this brand new album that Kali Uchis recently released on May the 9th. It's called Sincerely, and I'm here to do a music review on her brand new project. So with that being said, I'm going to discuss my overall thoughts and opinions of Sincerely, the new album, and the direction that Kali Uchis herself um, put into in a new nostalgia, a new twist of her music. And definitely, I will say this is pretty much worth the wait. So the overall track listing is here, hands down, period. There are 14 tracks, and I will talk about my favorite standout tracks. So let's get popping as always, shall we? So number one is Heaven is Home. Number two is Sugar, Honey, Love. Number three, Lose My Cool. Number four is Just Us. Number five, For You. Number six, Silk Lingerie. Number seven, Territorial. Number eight, Fall Apart. Number nine, All I Can Say. Number 10, Daggers. Number 11, Angels All Around Me. Number 12, Breeze. Number 13, Sunshine and Rain. Number 14, ILYSMIH. So, with that being said, y'all, here are 14 tracks off of Kali Uchis' album, and I'm going to talk about my standout tracks that I enjoyed. So they are Sugar, Honey, Love, It's Just Us, For You, Territorial, Fall Apart, Angels Around Me, and Breeze. Alright, how do I feel about this new album? This overall project is pretty good. I enjoyed it from start to finish. And I actually got a chance to take a deep dive into Kali Uchis' world. I'll start off by saying I love that it's a cohesive album. It has a lot of these elements of, I would say, R&B, soul, pop, um, alternative, a euphoria sound, a vibe. I also enjoyed the direction she went with this brand new project. I feel that artistically her artistry has really grown and has shown a lot of growth. And I know that I love her music. I love her. She's a dope artist. Um, and I will say that I feel like in this new era of Kali Uchis, she definitely, put a lot of time, put a lot of like really creativity and innovation with this album. What I love about it is that it's just so really, really beautifully designed. It has more of like that really feel good, like pop aesthetic, like a pop record sound, but it's more like versatile. She has a lot of like the creativity. She's more hands on with it. So since her sound blends with different genres and mixtures of like those genres of music that I had even explained, I actually like the fact that with Sincerely, it's pretty much like a record that has a lot of that really soul, a lot of that self reflection, love, romance, those kind of themes. And she was able to really tap into a lot of that throughout the whole entire album. With those standout tracks, I feel like those tracks really gave a really nice, deep dive into like her really, you know, being more expressive and more, I would say, just risk taking with her music, and it's experimental. I feel like this album is really experimental. It has a lot of that really like feel good, like more like the production and style with this project. Just like I listened to it the whole entire cohesive, like from start to finish, and I actually love the fact that Kali Uchis, her singing and her way of delivering and conveying a message in each track I noticed that each track off this album has its own distinctive sound. Its flow is very, I would say, mesmerizing in terms of like, okay, she's talking about love and romance. She's bearing her feelings out. She's talking about, like that part of her. And then she's also talking about just like celebrating like where she's at in her life, and more of a empowerment, and more of like a lot of that really nice aesthetic that she brings to the table. And as I was listening to it, I said, you know what? Literally, she's blending in like the different layers of the production. And I noticed that some records, it'd be one production that's really good, and she switches it up and it transitions to another whole new sound. I like that with her music. I feel like she have always been really, experimental with her music, but she's not afraid to tap into like a sound where it's like this is her signature sound, but she also likes to pushes it to like a brand new, like real feel good, like just give us something different, give us something new, a flavor, just do something. I feel like Kelly Uchis, she's done that from her previous album. Last album I did review is Red Moon and Venus, and that album, I feel like that album is a really great body of work that she did from the previous era. I feel like she just definitely was able to really like, really carve out her own lane and expand it. As far as like the vocal arrangements of this brand new album, I like that it has that really nice sultry of her singing style, and I'll talk about her singing. It's really nice. It's soulful. Has like that jazzy pop sound. I mean, her vocal range is really good. I like that. She's singing on the whole entire record. And she has like a mellow tone to her singing, but she has like those that there are parts where in the album her vocal range really does switches up, and she's not singing in one direction. There are these like I think she got a nice like falsetto, like more of an airy kind of singing. And some of the records, they have more like the slow ballads mixed with like more of that pop, I would say pop and like R&B flow to it, but it got more of like she's really feeling her music, but it just takes you to another whole dimension. It takes you to a whole different, like, it's kind of like we're in her world, and I actually enjoyed it. And I just actually feel like her vocals are really good. They're soothing, they're soft, it's like it's very therapeutic. And I would say this album is therapeutic as well. I think that the album is therapeutic, and it has a lot of that really, feel good and very, it's just more like, it's just something so edgy, but at the same time it's nice edgy, if you get my drift. I mean, some people, they'll say, like, especially with artists that, you get to feel the different layers, and it's not, the music is not one dimensional, but you get the more of like the soft edginess to it. She got a really nice, soft, sultry vibe to her, but she also like has like that really edginess of a production where it's like pop music. I think her sound is more like the elements of pop, euphoria. I hear jazz. I hear a lot of those like really like good, you know, the melodies, and the harmonies, and it's very melodic. And I like that, she's not like it's just, her sound is really good, and she really just brings something very refreshing and new to the table with her music. Because as I really noticed how, and as I was listening to Sincerely is pretty much, to me, I feel like it's like a love letter to herself, and a love letter to, where she's at. And it's like, it's a lot of that really, nice, I would say the way how, okay, a good example, some of the records they just have more of like, it's kind of like just a new theme, a new direction. But what I mean by that, and it was like, well, what do you mean by that? like the theme as in her production theme. It could be like pop euphoria, but then a mixture of like, say like she's doing more, like she's got that up tempo vibe, and we have the mid tempo records, and we got like the love ballads. It's just always like, it's like she really mastered her sound sonically, and she really just let it flow, and she just is herself, and that's what I love about it. I love that, artists like her is really, just she just brings something dynamic, and it's really eccentric, and I feel like, with Sincerely, it's a really fresh body of work, and she's really pretty much has come into her own as her own artist. So I feel like, literally, as I gave, like I said, this album, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. And so with that being said, guys, yeah. So Cali Uchis fans, share your thoughts and your opinions. Stay tuned next episode of Get Since '92. I love the art cover, really nice, pink, sultry, very mystical. This has like different, like that really fierceness and really goodness of like an artist such as Cali Uchis. So girl, keep doing your thing. Stay tuned next episode, Get Since '92. Like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. As always, stay tuned next episode of Get Since '92. See y'all later.